You're right there, Marcus 6 Plus Save, going over a video of why you may want to get into getting an FDM printer and what you may want to keep an eye out for, just very simplistically. Okay, so I will say there is amazing content already out there for the nitty gritty, the fine tuning of what to look into for FDM printing. So this is not going to be a startup guide. All right, I may do that in the future, but this is why you may genuinely want to look at getting hold of an FDM printer. For example, I've got on the screen here just Amazon, typing in FDM printer. There's a lot of different options. I personally would say if everything I say here, you do want to get an FDM printer, please, 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 you may not want to just get the most expensive one off the bat. Okay, myself, I have an Ender 3 Pro. There was a lot of nitpicky little bits at the beginning that I had to learn, and you will have to learn that with any and all FDM printers. Okay, some are more friendly than others, but the nice thing about, I would say, with the Ender 3 Pro, because they are so prevalent and so popular, you could go to any half decent forum, any half decent Facebook page, group, and you will find 9 times out of 10 a great solution to a very, very annoying little problem because they are so prevalent. Okay, replacement parts so easy and so on and so forth. So that is one thing I will say. If you do want to get one, get hold of an Ender 3, Ender 3 Pro. You're not really gonna go wrong for starting out. Okay, so anyway, that's that little bit over and done with. Now, as I said, why do you want to get an FDM printer? Now, it depends what kind of person, creative person you are. 9 times out of 10, FDM printers are for very creative, large items. If you want things that are super, super fine detail for miniature painting, for example, there may not be the thing for you. Resin is inherently going to be finer detail. But the FDM printers are great for larger items. Okay, as you can see here with the little doggy that they show on there, you can print very big, nice items. Okay, funnily enough, but also you can print out utilitarian pieces, vases and stuff. I've used it for printing out fixtures and fittings with my one. Okay, so if I needed an odd bit of storage, I can't really show you now because it's fitted and so on and so forth. They're just really useful. The funny thing is with an Ender 3, let's just get it over there. There's files out there for free where you can print out drawer bits to go underneath to store your bits and pieces, your tools. So they are a utilitarian printer. You can, yes, you can use a resin printer to allow you to do that, but inherently, what you are printing with 9 times out of 10 when you first start out is PLA. It is going to be more durable than resin that you print, okay? But you're a wargamer, you're screaming out, going, Mark, I play war games, fantasy, skirmish, sci-fi, roleplay for D&D and stuff like that. Now, I will say you're barking up the correct tree. Okay, so for example, I have sets of great things for boarding action. Zone Mortalis, Necromunda, all these kind of fancy things. Also, fantasy style terrain, modular terrain, and different bits and pieces. And an FDM printer is amazing for this. However, you can then go on to places such as the Purple site, 3D Cults, and you can find so many free, very, very nice terrain pieces and utility pieces. I found so many different terrain pieces. I print out so many of them now, and I do have a selection of things here. So we'll pop over to the other camera in a minute, and I'll just explain and show you what you can do with a 3D printer and why you may generally do want to have one. So, as I said, we'll transition over now. Okay, and we got some examples here of me using the FDM printer. So, for the wargaming side, an obvious one, like I said, terrain. So, 3 files. Here's a tent. One of the first things I actually printed on the FDM printer, and it came out really, really well. This was actually some of the filament I was actually given with the printer. So at some point I need to give it a little bit more of a sand, and I'll paint this up. This is great for a little bit of scattered terrain to go in there. Free file, as I've said. Then some potential purchase piles that I've done on Kickstarter. So you got your well. It came out really, really nice. This is just your standard layer height. So the thinner you do the layer height, obviously the less striations, less layer lines you have, but the longer it will take to print. And here is a log wood storage. Just really love these little bits. It's just so useful to have these. They're durable. They are very, very durable. Little bits of scattered terrain to go with your existing terrain. If you've already got some existing terrain, they do fit very, very well into that. Wargaming, role play, whatever you're going to use. Going on about terrain now. We've got this. Some of you may recognize it if you've been looking around. This is some free ruin files. You can basically trip over them on Cults 3D. The creator has done a major lovely job sculpting these up. The lovely thing you can do with 3D printing, you can mirror them. So you can completely change the orientation. You can mirror it left to right, or up to so basically horizontal or vertically. You can mirror it on the XY axis, so you can change this quite a bit. So it wouldn't just be you spin it around, you can make it change quite a lot. As I said, same again, I printed this on a standard detail, so I can still somewhat see the lines on my budget 3D printer. But it's great for background, really fitting scenery for those fantasy games. There you go, here's some more. Just, it works. This is a 2-part print, as you can gather. So this printed, then I printed this one. Sounds obvious, the bigger the print, the longer it's going to take. And the thinner the print lines, the better quality you're going to have, the longer it takes to print. So it's whatever you see fit. Do you want quality, or do you want vast amount of quantity? With FDM printing, you are going to have those funny little times where you have to dial things in again. Stuff will move, because it's heated, it will sometimes move around. I've had numerous issues the past couple of weeks, but that's just wear and tear on my printer. I've had to replace some parts, and it's all good now, touch wood. Here's some sci-fi terrain that I've actually done a video on the channel. Future mark, please remember to bookmark it, something, so people can go to it. Showcasing how much terrain I can print out of 1 kilo of filament. And yeah, just amazing. Really lightweight, but very durable, because it's plastic. I say that and it'll snap in my hand, but no, I'm really happy with this, and I'm really happy with how it just links together so nicely. You got working bunker doors, Zone Mortalis, Necromunda, any sci-fi skirmish game, Infinity kind of comes to mind, Stargrave, any of those ones, this was great for. Then let's get on to actual gaming utility. Movement trays and bases. Why not? Why not print out movement tray adapters? I believe I've done content on these, where you can go from 20mm, for example, 20mm squares, up to 25mm footprints. You can play multiple different game systems, and it makes it easier for these regiment games. But like I just said, why not bases? Why not print out some actual bases? You know, the files are free and they're abundant out there. If you've got a weird base size that you need to go for, you can scale it, you can resize it, you just print them. As I said, it's all about time and effort. Then you got another thing that I've actually found really useful when I'm batch painting stuff for myself and for other people, printing out little paint handles. You know, you go out and you may buy the authentic wargaming handles, and some of them are amazing. I'm not going to dispute that, but for batch painting, you don't need anything too fancy. Why not print yourself out one? So I've got a stabilizing plate with a cylindrical shape in there that fits perfectly in the middle. Shove my cork in there. I can pin, I can glue, I can put my bases on. It's just great. It's a little bit smaller, but you can adapt it if you're good with some free software. But just for batch painting, it's really, really useful. It just saves so much money. And then if you want to step away from all the wargaming, just have a little bit of fun, why not print out some gifts for some people? I am Groot here. The significant other absolutely loves this little gift that I done for her. Come on, who wouldn't like being given this? You know, for a birthday, Christmas, whatever, some holiday, some special occasion. And articulated toys. Come on, like, as I said, these are just examples of things that I have printed myself and I've had great joy with, but I know you can print out clamps, you can print out all sorts of things, storage devices, accessories, you name it, you can probably print it if you've got the time. So yes, if you've got the time, the space, the inclination, the desire to learn, an FDM printer may be a way to go, but it isn't always smooth sailing. So you have to have that kind of mindset of know that sometimes things can go wrong, and you need to just have a calm mindset that you can sit down, go on Google, go on many different forums. There's some amazing people out there, and just ask for some advice, and they'll point you in the right direction. And I've met some amazing people online that have really just helped me elevate my printing to another level. But yes, come on, cheeky capybara. Who doesn't like a capybara? They're so cool. But anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, if you've enjoyed the capybara, please give it a thumbs up for Groot. Comment down below if you've had experience yourself with FDM printing, your pros and your cons. And yeah, ask any questions you want to know. More than happy to help out as much as I can. And maybe other people that are watching the video can help you as well. But thank you so very, very much. It means the absolute world to me. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. And I hope to catch some of you, if not all of you, in the next one. Ta-ra for now.